Namaste Yogi and Yogini and anybody who would love to practicing yoga and also maybe already in the journey of practicing yoga. I am Aphinya and welcome to Aphinya Yoga. Today I would love to share a tip for any one of you out there who has super tight hamstrings muscles and get very frustrated about stretching them. I have been teaching yoga for so many years and amazingly experienced like all level of tightness of the hamstrings muscles, and there are one of you out there that are really tight. Before I go into today's tips, which is for you who are very tight in the hamstrings muscles out there, there are two actions that are effective and essential in stretching your hamstrings muscles. First, you want to work the leg that you are stretching toward straight. That will be the first action and is more essential for us who are tight, is to work the leg that you want to stretch the hamstring toward straight. Then second action after that, when you get that leg towards straight. Now when it says straight, it's not hyperextended at the knee, so you may have to micro bend your knee a little when you do that. And also engage your legs muscle by spreading your toes. Okay. The second action is to get your legs and your torso to meet one another. And this will depend on what you are in the pose. You either bring your torso toward the leg or bring your leg toward your torso. Now, with those two actions in mind, one of the most important thing that you should put the many star next to them is you need to remember to keep your back straight at all times. Okay? Now, I'm not going to get into more detail beside what I think it will be really useful for you who are very tight in the hamstrings muscles. If you're super tight, try this at home. I set up my mat in the space between two walls. Okay? Because I have a couple of my students that walk in and they lie down on the back and use a strap, and to me I prefer that type of stretch first because that is the safest place for them to be. When the back is on the floor, the tendency to roll the back is very minimal, but they still use so much of their hands with the strap and pull that leg up toward them, and you just feel like it go nowhere. And I just thought, what else that they can use instead of their own arm to give them resistance? Ta-da! So this is it. You will have the wall to help you to work on stretching hamstrings muscles. Did you come down onto your back? Right, with the opposite leg, I probably will keep it bent for now, even my hamstrings is tight. And my hip is going to be really like next to the wall. Now this is right here, the second action, when your legs and your chest, you try to find one another, which means if your hip is go closer to the wall, right, the more of the leg will become closer, which will intensify the stretch. And if your hamstring are tight, you can move your hips away from the wall as much as you feel like you can handle the stretch. And your job is right here, just to work that leg toward straight, the first action. You just glide that heel up the wall. You have a very strong resistance right now, and you can just press in strongly. Spread your toes to engage your legs muscles, please. And just glide and stretch. For me, I don't feel anything at all. I can just like floop. But for some of you, it's a different story. And you just go as far as you can feel the stretch, and you just stay there and you breathe. Deep inhale and deep exhale. And you stay for like 5 to 7 full breath. And you come out from that, back to the center of the mat. Keep your feet on the floor and you drop your knee side to side. And you just have to adjust accordingly. I just don't want to go off the camera. Just work the back muscles a bit before you get into the other side of it. Now, I'm going to repeat the right sides again, because the other thing that I want you to be mindful while you stretch the hamstrings muscles. The tendency of your body will go into these shapes. You see what's happening automatically, like naturally, because of your tight hamstring, tight hip flexor, tight hip rotator, everything that is tight, it's pull your hip forward and you round your back too much. So what you have to probably need to do while you stretch a hamstring are this. So before you work your legs muscles, please do this first. Tilt your hips away from you, which means you're going to feel that you are arching your back. Get your sitting bone that is come off the floor to go toward the floor and allow your back to arch. Then from there, keep the shape of the arch, but draw your belly in and guide that muscles of your belly toward the floor. Okay? Which is different than round your back and rock your hip totally forward. Do you see that right? This is not healthy for the lower back. We want the core to engage, but we don't want the hip to rock forward way too much like this. Our hips should go backward to make the natural curve in the back. Then you work the core muscle to draw it in, and you're going to feel that your back is going to move down to the floor, of course. Then now your core is engaged. You have a beautiful, natural, concave curve in the lower back. Then from there, you start stretching your hamstrings muscles. Spread your toe, ground your shoulder down, glide that foot up to the wall, to the point that you feel like, okay, this is it, and then you breathe. No tension in your eyes, your jaw, your face. Once again, do 5 to 7 full breath. And you come out, move into the center of the mat. Just knock the knee side to side. Make sure you move up away from the wall and your knee can go sideways without anything blocking it. Lock it. And after that, you repeat and go to the other side. Right there. And at one point, when you know that you can stretch more, what do? Move your hip closer to the wall. Move your hip closer to the wall. And at one point, then that will be the end of this stretch, and you can go further somewhere else. Which the other thing that you can do to intensify and increase the ability of the stretch is to work the bottom leg now, to get it to straight and grounded. This, it make the stretch intensify. Yeah. All right. That is it. My yogi and yogini friends, or anybody who have the tight hamstrings muscles, Try this action at home. Your back is protected, so you will not get injured from rounding the back. Do the action properly, taking your times. Do probably 2 to 3 sets per day. Do about 3 to 4 times a week, and I bet that you will feel the differences in the flexibility of your hamstrings muscles. I am going to end the video for today. If this tip is useful for you and you like the video, please give a thumb up, and if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, everybody. Have a good, bright, and happy day. Namaste.